This is the Unshadowed Thought Podcast with James Hall. This podcast is dedicated to Michelle Goyevich, Ed White, Caitlin Treacle, and I Chan, and also all the others that have lost their life as a direct result of psychiatric harms. Okay, this is day 28, um, which is like I broke the fast on day 23, and yeah, I just wanted to catch up and review. So I'm recovering from the fast. Things are coming back online, like get some color back in my skin. Um, I'm getting some of my energy back. Things feel wonky, as they come back online. I get weird sensations. I just got to relax and kind of power through and just stay calm. It's weird. Yesterday, I got a bunch of energy all of a sudden. And so I did some stuff around the house and then I kind of overdid it. And for me, I felt an excess amount of energy when I was done, like I couldn't calm down. Um, so, but I wasn't panicking. I wasn't experiencing like some of the extreme anxiety or akathisia symptoms that I've had in the past, which generally when I have too much energy, that it just automatically ramps up to a point where I have to just lay in bed in misery because I don't feel real safe. Um, Doing stuff, I start to feel it's kind of like wild and crazy in my head. And I'm just like, I just need to calm down. So I have to just lay down for a while. Didn't have to do that. It was nothing like that. I feel like maybe my adrenals or something to come back online having function that they didn't have before. Um, so I sat and I was calm, and it came down. It took a little while. I just did some watched a positive show, you know, um, and massage, some of my muscles out just to do it and stuff. And, just did some soothing stuff for a little bit. And then it came down. It took a little while. It took longer than I'd like 2 or 3 hours, but it worked. Then that's the kind of level of patience you have to have with yourself, you know, um, at least with, I think, what would amount to a nervous system condition coming out of a fast that I didn't I got 23 days. I didn't completely heal my body. Like I ended because of kind of a complication, meaning like I didn't feel well. And I think maybe my sodium was low. I don't know. But the fast didn't come to a natural conclusion on its end, which is written about in the literature. When that happens, lots of times you've overcome the different conditions in your body, and then you just feel great at the end and you go forward in good health. For me, I feel like my fast probably ended early. Um, so I'll probably fast again in the future is what I'm thinking. And I'm also getting better at it. So I'm taking this time to reflect on what I'm doing, making a plan for how to eat and go forward in the future. Right now, I'm just eating fruits and veggies and re-implementing those into my diet. Um, Went to the bathroom, gone a few times now. It was on day 3, at the end of day 3 that I first went to had a bowel movement, which is a big deal. I didn't realize that during that, when you start feeding again, you get kind of scared that it's not going to happen and that maybe you get a blockage or something like that. Or at least I was really scared of that. And because things are going really slow and they're shifting and there's some discomfort. I didn't have any severe discomfort, but I woke up one night uncomfortable and I was kind of freaking out something bad was going to happen. Of course, doing this on my own, you get these recurrent thoughts of things going wrong and ending up in the hospital or something, which you don't want. And that's what was happening for me because it's the first time I've been on a fast this long. Before, my previous fast was maybe 5 days. So this was an extremely different experience. Once you get past, I think, the 10, 11 day mark, you go into like a prolonged fast phase, in my opinion. And it's very, very different. So these last 2 weeks were very, very different than the first week-ish. And so refeeding and doing these things that I'm doing now are sometimes they feel very weird and even scary. And then other times I feel really, really, really good. So better than again, like I mentioned in the last cast, much better than I did historically. Even back to my childhood, having flashbacks to how good I felt as a child is really, really odd. and wild. There's been a lot of kind of feeling reborn after this fast. Like a lot of my sensations and things going on in my body and the way I process things, they feel completely new to me. And as such, it can be kind of scary going through that. So I wanted to share that. But ultimately what happens is sometimes I'll overdo it and I'll have a consequence, like maybe I'll panic a little bit, and then I'll feel cognitively when after I panic, like it kind of consumes my mental energy because my mental bandwidth is already low, have a low baseline after my TMS injury. But then I feel like that all day. It takes a while for me to recover from panic. But the panic is not like the ones from my TMS injury. These feel a little bit different. These feel more like natural panic, if if I overexert myself, again, instead of feeling exhausted, I felt like I had too much energy. So I started to panic about that. I was just panicking because I was afraid to have too much energy. I was afraid that my old injury was going to be reactivated, which it wasn't. But that was my fear. So I panicked. And the panic felt very much like I did in my teens if I was panicking about something, and much less like it does now, where it just feels like I'm exhausted and then I was ragged out and I had panic feelings on top of feeling exhausted. This was kind of to me, it felt more clean, pure, and it kind of recovered and felt like such a way. And then the panic faded away. And then my energy level was fine after the panic. I wasn't exhausted, but my cognition was a little goofy, which for people that know what it's like to have a TMS injury, you get it. If not, maybe you don't understand it as well. It's kind of complex. You have a lot of different things you're feeling with that don't feel natural at the same time. But so that's where I ended up. So over the last couple of days, that's what I've been doing. I feel really good sometimes, and then sometimes not so good. Sometimes I overdo it. Sometimes like today I woke up feeling with a lot of energy. Yesterday I woke up feeling really tired for a little bit, but then I got a lot of energy after I got up and moved around. There's kind of these energy fluctuations, which, I mean, I'm eating really clean, super clean, and my body's coming back online. I mean, to me, it seems natural. There's not much in the literature about this, which is super disappointing. Um, Not that I've read a ton. I've read over 700 pages out of 2 books, is what I think it amounted to. And then a bunch of articles online. They're mostly scientific and medical. They don't really address the sensations and the psychological and experiential experience of fasting, which now I realize that I was deficient in that. I really don't know emotionally and experientially how people, do when they fast. I actually, during the fast, I'm pretty familiar with that, but after the fast, refeeding and stuff has been a hugely emotional and sensational kind of thing. I feel sensations all over my body and stuff at different times, that it's just your body being extremely restrictive and then trying to put nutrients back to the rest of your body and regain the function that has relaxed for so long. In a way, you almost feel like you died, and then now you're being reborn and your body's coming back to life. It's a really powerful process, which is really positive, and feels amazing, but it's also a little bit scary. And so that's where I'm at. So I'm not podcasting every day because, one, it might probably be a bit repetitive, but two, it feels it's a kind of exhausting mentally to work your way through this for the first time. It's scary, and then it's delightful, and all in kind of a new way. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to sharing more in depth. And also, things feel very unsure right now. I feel really great, and then I want to report on that, right? But then I will feel not so great after that. I'm like, okay, which is real here? Like, am I really greatly improved, or am I just reverting back to the way I was? And I just had, if I felt improved for a small time, but it's not substantial, lasting improvement. So as time goes on, there'll be a much clearer picture, which I'll paint for everybody. But the key with this fast and with life generally, But the key to things right now seems to be patience. And so I'm being patient, I'm biding my time, um, and I'm sharing when I think it's appropriate, because I think anything else would just be confusing or useless and or overtaxing on myself, because this stuff takes a lot of your energy and it deserves your entire attention and focus. So the podcast is definitely very secondary, um, and is on the back burner right now. So I just get up here and do this when I feel like doing it. So again, I think it's day like 28. I kind of lost track after the fast, but I went back and counted on the calendar. And so things are going really, really well. But it feels bumpy. Psychologically, it feels bumpy. I would imagine anyone else would feel the same way. And I'm learning a lot, and I'll be sharing it all. So thanks again for listening in. Have a good one.